Did you know your legs might be quietly losing strength just while you sleep? Not because of anything you're doing wrong, but because of something that's missing. See, as we get older, our bodies don't recover like they used to. The way we build and protect muscle, especially in our legs, slows down, even while we rest. And here's the surprise. What you eat before bed can play a powerful role in whether your muscles stay strong or slowly fade. Tonight, we're going to look at 7 foods people over 60 often overlook, some that may quietly be sabotaging your strength while you sleep, and others that can gently help rebuild it. Let's start with something you might already be doing without realizing the impact. First up, a warm glass of milk. Sounds innocent, right? Even comforting. But depending on the type of milk, this bedtime tradition may not be doing what you think. If it's low in protein or loaded with sugar, it might spike your blood sugar and offer little support for your muscles during sleep. Why does that matter? Well, your muscles, especially your legs, need a steady supply of amino acids through the night. That's how they repair, grow, and stay strong. If your evening snack gives you sugar instead of slow-burning protein, you may wake up feeling stiff, off balance, or just a little weaker than the day before. Now, if you're drinking whole milk, you are getting some protein, about 8 grams a glass, but it's not quite enough to make a difference if you're already dealing with age-related muscle loss. And if it's flavored milk, that sugar is likely doing more harm than good. So what's a better choice? Don't worry, we'll get there. Let's move to the second item. This one's a bit sneakier. Flavored yogurt. It's in almost every fridge, and it's easy to reach for when you want something light before bed. But most popular yogurts, especially fruit-flavored ones, contain a surprising amount of sugar and very little muscle-supporting casein protein. Here's the problem. Sugar before bed doesn't just affect your sleep, it also shifts your body into a less favorable state for preserving muscle. That means your legs, which already go unused while you sleep, may become even more vulnerable to slow, quiet atrophy over time. And what's worse? The sugar interferes with your body's natural nighttime hormone cycle. It can reduce growth hormone, increase cortisol, and throw off your ability to repair and recover. Now, if you've been reaching for yogurt as a healthy choice, you're not alone. It seems like a smart option. But here's something better. Plain Greek yogurt, especially the full-fat kind. It's loaded with casein, an incredibly slow-digesting protein that can gently support your muscle fibers all night long. We'll talk more about casein in just a bit. But first, let's look at number 3. This one might surprise even your doctor. A small bowl of cereal before bed. Maybe it's comforting, maybe it's just a habit. But that bowl of cereal, especially if it's not fortified with protein, is likely giving you a dose of refined carbs that turn to sugar quickly. And remember what we said about sugar? Not only can it disrupt your sleep, but it also provides no support for muscle repair. In fact, it may speed up muscle breakdown by increasing insulin spikes and inflammation, 2 things older bodies already struggle to manage. And here's where it really matters. As we age, muscle loss happens faster, especially in the legs. That's because the legs bear the weight of the body, and they're often the first to show signs of weakness. Trouble standing up from a chair, more wobble when walking, a sense of unsteadiness on stairs. It's subtle at first, but it adds up. And if you're not feeding your muscles what they need during the only time they're fully at rest during sleep, you could be missing one of the best chances to protect your independence. Now, some cereals are better than others. High-protein ones with added fiber and little sugar can be okay in small amounts. But if it's frosted, fruity, or puffed, it's likely doing more harm than good, at least when it comes to overnight muscle health. So what can you do instead? That's coming up, and it starts with one of the most overlooked nighttime nutrients. The next one might sound like something for athletes or bodybuilders, but once you understand what it does for your aging muscles, especially in the legs, you may just wish you'd started using it sooner. Let's keep going. We just looked at a few common foods that might not be giving your legs what they really need overnight. And now, it's time to dig a little deeper. Because what we're about to talk about next isn't just about food. It's about giving your body what it can still use, even if it's over 60, 70, or beyond. Number 4 is cottage cheese. Now you might be thinking, wait, Wasn't that considered a health food? And you'd be right. But here's the thing. Not all cottage cheese is the same. The kind that's low in fat and packed with sodium might not help your muscles the way you think. And if you're just having a spoonful or two, it may not provide enough of the slow-digesting protein your body needs through the night. Why does that matter? Because the type of protein in cottage cheese, casein, is one of the best for long, slow digestion. It releases amino acids steadily for hours, especially while you sleep. That means it's like giving your legs a slow drip of fuel to keep them from shrinking while you rest. But you need enough of it. About 30 to 40 grams of casein before bed can actually boost muscle protein synthesis during sleep. That's something even researchers have confirmed. And the full-fat versions often deliver more of what your body recognizes and uses well. So if you've been reaching for low-fat, low-protein, or flavored versions, just know you might be missing the true benefit. And if you've been avoiding cottage cheese altogether, you might want to give it another look. Now let's move on to number 5. This one is a nighttime favorite for many, herbal tea with honey. It sounds lovely, right? Warm, relaxing, gentle on the stomach. And for the most part, it's perfectly fine. But here's where things get tricky. That little spoonful of honey, especially late at night, can push your blood sugar up just enough to affect the delicate balance of your sleep hormones, like growth hormone and cortisol. And when those are out of sync, your body has a harder time preserving muscle. It's not about cutting out honey forever, but if you're sipping tea with honey instead of something protein-based before bed, you might be missing a real opportunity to support your legs during the night. Your body's muscle repair system needs amino acids, not sugar. And without enough protein, your legs, the largest muscle group in your body, are often the first to feel the quiet consequences. Weakness in the morning, slower walking speed, difficulty standing up without help. This isn't your fault. You've been trying to do the right thing. But the truth is your body changes after 60. And what once worked fine might not be what works now. Let's take a look at number 6. This one might be a little unexpected. A banana. Now, bananas are often praised for their potassium. And yes, they're good for heart health, muscle contractions, and cramping. But eaten on their own before bed, they're mostly sugar and fast-burning carbs. That means they digest quickly and they don't give your muscles the support they need overnight. No slow protein, no muscle repair, just a short burst of energy followed by nothing. So if you're having a banana as a light bedtime snack, think of it like lighting a match. Quick flare, no long burn. If you love bananas, consider pairing them with a scoop of Greek yogurt or a handful of nuts. That way you're adding protein and healthy fat to slow digestion and feed your muscles through the night. Now number 7. This one's more of a habit than a specific food, but it can have a surprising effect. It's skipping food altogether before bed. Now you might be doing this on purpose. Maybe you're trying to lose a little weight. Maybe you've heard that eating before bed is bad for digestion. And in some cases, yes, eating too late or too heavily can disrupt sleep. But here's the catch. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at building and maintaining muscle, especially when fasting. And if you go to bed without anything, especially without protein, your body enters an overnight fast with no materials to rebuild muscle tissue. That means your legs are going hours without the building blocks they need to stay strong. And that quiet erosion, it doesn't happen all at once, but over weeks, months, and years, it shows up. You notice your legs tire faster. You take shorter steps. You catch yourself grabbing furniture for balance. That's the result of muscle slowly fading without your permission. But here's the good news. There is a gentle way to support your body overnight, a way that works with the way your metabolism has changed, a way that taps into something we often forget. Your body still wants to stay strong. It just needs the right kind of help. And that's exactly where we're headed next. Because now that you know what to avoid or what to tweak, it's time to focus on the foods that can gently rebuild strength while you sleep. Ones that don't just protect your muscles, but also help you sleep better, move easier, and feel more steady in the morning. You're not done growing, not yet. And your legs, they're still worth fighting for. Let's talk about what really helps next. So now you know, it's not just about what to avoid before bed. It's about what your body still wants to do. Even now, Even at 60, 70, or 80, your body still wants to stay strong. You just have to give it the right kind of help at the right time. Let's talk about what that looks like. First, one of the best things you can eat before bed, especially if your goal is to protect the muscles in your legs, is casein protein. Don't worry, you don't need to be a gym rat or buy a giant tub of powder. Casein is a naturally slow-digesting protein that delivers amino acids steadily for hours. It's found in foods like full-fat cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, and milk. When you eat it before bed, it gives your body something to work with, something to keep your muscle fibers fed while you sleep. Imagine it like a drip line in a garden, slow, gentle, constant. That's what your muscles need at night. You can have about 30 to 40 grams of casein-rich protein, roughly a small bowl of cottage cheese or a full cup of Greek yogurt. Some people also use a small protein shake made with casein powder. If you go that route, make sure it's low in sugar and designed for nighttime digestion. It doesn't need to be heavy, just enough to support recovery. And don't be surprised if you wake up feeling less stiff, more balanced, a little steadier on your feet. The second option is something you might already enjoy: eggs. Eggs are a great source of complete protein, and while they're not as slow digesting as casein, they still provide your muscles with amino acids that help preserve mass and strength. Try a hard-boiled egg or two before bed. Pair them with a few slices of avocado for healthy fats, or a sprinkle of sea salt to help with nighttime hydration. It's simple, easy on digestion, and gentle on your muscles. If you've had trouble sleeping, you can also try something that supports both rest and recovery: turkey. It's not just a holiday food, it's actually rich in tryptophan, which your body uses to make serotonin and melatonin. Those are your calming, sleep-supporting chemicals. But turkey also gives your muscles a clean hit of protein, especially when eaten with a small amount of complex carbs like half a slice of whole grain toast. It won't feel like a big meal, but it'll make a big difference. And here's another tip. Combine your protein with a calming bedtime routine. Sip warm herbal tea without honey. Dim the lights. Breathe deeply. Let your body shift into rest and repair. Your muscles love routine, especially your legs. They've carried you your whole life, and they've earned a little extra care. Now maybe you're wondering, is it too late? Not at all. Muscle preservation is possible at any age. And you don't need to build like a bodybuilder to protect your strength. Even gentle walks, light stretching, and eating protein before bed can create real change over time. It doesn't happen overnight, but the benefits do begin while you sleep. So here's what you can do right now. Look at your evening routine. Is there a way to gently add protein after dinner without making it a chore? Maybe it's a scoop of Greek yogurt instead of a cookie. Maybe it's a handful of almonds with a slice of turkey instead of that late-night banana. Maybe it's a glass of warm milk, but the full-fat kind, not the flavored one. You don't have to change everything. Just shift what your muscles are getting before they go without fuel for 8 hours. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's okay. You're not broken. You've just been trying your best with what you knew. Now, your body's asking for something new. And now, you know how to give it. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, which one of these surprised you the most? Are you already eating any of these foods at night? Or are you ready to try something different? If you found this helpful, tap that subscribe button so you never miss another gentle, science-backed tip for staying strong after 60. You deserve to feel steady. You deserve to wake up with strength in your step. And if you remember one thing from this video, let it be this: your independence is carried by your legs. Protect them wisely.